Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly series where I introduce you to new games to play on Roblox. As you know, I skipped last week's series because I gave you like 20 games to play, plus I did a Halloween video. So it was just way too many games to like keep up with, all right? I just had to delay things, get us back on pace to this weekly rhythm. Now, I do have an upcoming games video that is coming up pretty soon here, where I'm going to introduce you to new games. So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, turn on notification bell so that you don't miss out on future weekly new games videos, and of course that video special. So we got a lot of variety today. We got 10 different games to show you. We have some simulators. We got like a hide and seek style game. We got some blade ball inspired games. We got a tycoon. We got like a destruction simulator. But yeah, a lot of simulators this time. We also have like an obby and a strategy game. So lots of variety. Like I said, no shooters today. So if you're a shooters fan, actually, wait. I actually do have a shooter. My bad. Now this is episode 11. You know what that means? There are 10 other episodes you've missed. So make sure you go and check out the playlist, link to the description, or you can check it out on the top right here. Anyway, let's just stop chatting and get into the game list, because that's what you're here for. So the first one we're going to cover is Wizard Battle Simulator. This is a new game by Russo. But yeah, Russo came out with a Wizard Battle Simulator. It's kind of like Arm Wrestle Simulator. There's a million of these on Roblox already. The only reason why I'm including this one is it's actually pretty cool. You got different elements that you can use. You got fire, you got water and such. So there's different elements that you can train up, and then you can combat various wizards or opponents, basically bots, to, get some mana. So you use the mana to hatch pets. So if you like this style loop, it's basically Arm Wrestle Simulator. Who we kidding? It's the same setup. Like if you played Arm Wrestle Simulator, you're going to jump right into this game. It's going to be no problem for you to figure out what is going on. It is a little bit grindy. I did notice I had to pay to win a little bit to get decent pets. But even with the pets, even with a little bit of pay to win, and I'm talking like 300 Robux pay to win, it was still pretty grindy. So of course you can, pay to win even more beyond that. But if you are going to play this game, just a tip here is to make sure you go and spin the wheels, because you get like a bunch of mana, you get a bunch of power and stuff through that. So definitely spin the wheel, and that's going to get you a head start. Next up, fans of Prop Hunt, the original Prop Hunt by the EasyGG team, aka Bed Wars and Islands. Most of you should know those games. If not, I'm surprised you're probably new to Roblox. If you remember, they made a game called Prop Hunt a long time ago, and then they shut it down because it just wasn't what they wanted it to be. Well, if you like that game and wish it came back and wish that they never shut it down, you're gonna love Prop Hunt X. It is a game just like it. It's almost identical, although I think EasyGG made a better one. I'm sorry to the devs that made Prop Hunt X. I'm just a little biased. I thought EasyGG made a great game. It was very simple. It was fun. They had like the Bed Wars weapons. It was just fun. But this game is a nice, kind of like second best. Like there's some really cool stuff in this one. You can definitely pay to win in it. They also have this, I'm not covering it in this video, but if you go into their lobby, there's a Prop Hunt obby, and it's actually pretty cool. It's like a racing thing. Now, fans of Blade Ball are either going to love this one or hate it, because you can't, be on both sides. And this new game is called Death Ball. Shout out to Zombie, who recommended this game. Just a note, there are 2 different Blade Balls, so make sure you go to the right one. I will link the correct one. The correct one has like 10,000 players as of now. But this one has a 98%, so if you see like a really high percentage rating on this one, it's the right one, or just click on the link in the description. But this game is actually really good. It's kind of growing on me very quickly. How it works is it's basically Blade Ball with like 5 layers on top of it. So first of all, if you don't know what Blade Ball is or anything like that, let me just explain it. So you got this ball, right, that when it turns red, you got to knock it back. It's almost like it kind of seeks, it just kind of heads straight towards you, and you got to swing and return it to a target before it hits you. And Blade Ball, it kills you, and Death Ball, it does not, until you lose enough hearts or health. So you could take 3 hits in Death Ball, unlike in Blade Ball. Okay, so this is the first thing that I love about this game, is in Death Ball you have 3 tries. The other cool thing about this one is you could bounce the ball off of walls, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so like in Blade Ball, you don't do that, but in Death Ball, you can actually rebound it off of objects. So if there's like a obstacle in the middle, the ball will bounce off of it and do some really cool physics. The ball's also much larger in Death Ball. It's a little bit more obvious that it's gonna, be attacking you, because people that are targeting you, like they're kind of facing you, you'll know if they're facing you because they turn red. It's pretty cool. The other thing that I really like about this game is there's like the map is actually alive, in a sense that like there's traps. So sometimes the walls will come in. Sometimes there's a big axe blade that like kind of swings back and forth. You'll see it in a little bit. Not only do you have your built abilities, so like I have dash here, you have champions in this game. And what champions have, they're kind of like Bed Wars kits. So the champions have their own set of abilities, which is pretty insane, okay? They have their own abilities that can do crazy things. I don't think I'm gonna grind this one because I'm a little bit partial to Blade Ball. It has a bigger audience right now. It's more fun, but you know, I might mix it up a little bit here and there with Death Ball. It's always hard. The reason why I think a lot of Blade Ball players are gonna not like this is because a lot of you have been grinding wins on Blade Ball. You're trying to grind coins and you're trying to get like your stuff. But in Death Ball, but I do have to say it is a lot easier than Blade Ball, so you have a little bit more of a chance with that HP. This next one is called Rarity Factory Tycoon. There's been games like this on Roblox where essentially you have like droppers here. I think it was like Noob Simulator. There was another one that I think was like a B one. It had the same kind of process. Essentially what you have here is it's like a tycoon mixed with a simulator. It's actually kind of fun. It's almost like a cookie clicker too. It's pretty fun. So essentially how this works is you get a dropper and behind you, there's going to be like this like kind of like a dispenser, kind of like a vending machine dispenser. You're seeing these little orbs dropping and you pick them up, you bring them over to a processor and basically fill up that processor and it changes the orb into cash. With the money, you could go and buy upgrades so you can get more droppers to have a better chance to drop something worth more. You start out with commons, you can get uncommons, you can get rares, mythicals, and so on. So the rarity part is really in that. So the droppers have different luck or chances to get or drop higher rarity items, and those will have you know, higher values. Obviously, you can also auto delete. You know, if you don't want to have to like pick up commons and uncommons at some point or rares and such. If you get better and better stuff, obviously you don't want to have to like sit there and pick up stuff that you're gonna have to go and process if it's only worth like $1. So you can get rid of those. You can start deleting those. And then eventually you get rebirth benefits and you can, you know, make more and more money. It's ultimately just a big cookie clicker or your typical simulator. So next up is a game called Total Mayhem. It is currently named like Destroy Stuff for Money, which I actually like. I think that name is pretty clear of what you need to do. You destroy stuff for money. I mean, that's a genius name compared to Total Mayhem. Total Mayhem's just too fancy. But destroy stuff for money tells you exactly what to expect. So you go in here, you got like, you start out with a stick and you go in an office space and you're basically taking stuff out and destroying it for cash. So at the end, you know, your money adds up, you get ranked by, you know, how much damage you did and you get money. And then you can upgrade your destruction tool. Like you can get a crowbar later, you can get a hammer later and such. There are some pay to win elements inside this too, if you want to be able to make more money and such. The other thing about this game, which is kind of a plus and a downside, is you can attack each other. I discovered this the hard way. You can throw stuff at other players and knock them down. So it's a little bit of a PvP element in there. Anyway, yeah, this game is a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. All right, next up is that shooter I mentioned earlier. It is Special Forces Simulator. Essentially what happens here is you start off in this like lobby. You can, you know, buy upgraded like weapons. You can get better gear and such, but you basically just need to go up to this blue circle here. You get deployed and whatever mission's going on, you just go in there and you kill like baddies. Take them out. You make money for each kill you get, and then you come back to spawn and buy better stuff. So it's kind of a like a cool shooter PvE loop. I don't know that there's any PvP in here. I didn't experience any PvP, but it is just a pretty simple, straightforward shooter if you just want to chill, jump in for a game, get some kills, and then come out. So I liked it. The gameplay mechanics are real simple. It's not like even as good as like Arsenal mechanics, but it's good. Like the weapons shoot well. I don't know. I liked it. I didn't get to, you know, play with any of the new weapons because it was kind of buggy, but definitely fun if you just want to jump in and, you know, play some kind of like shooter against bots. Next up is a game that I really liked. It's called Online Business Simulator 3. It reminds me of a little bit of a game that Crack OP had made a while back, which was like making games to make my family proud, or it was like, I forgot the name, but it's identical. Like his game was better in my opinion, but this one's pretty well polished. Essentially how this works is you, you know, get fired by your boss, or you know, kind of rage quit. And then you need to go and buy a building, or rent a building rather. You lease this building. And so now you got an office space that's just kind of like run down. It's, you know, super dirty. It's messy. But what you need to start doing is you just basically sit down at a typewriter. You start writing for money. And eventually you can hire like staff to help you make money. It's another one of these simulator games, but it's kind of a unique spin. I like that it's a unique experience where you're actually doing work. But there's like different upgrades. You have to pay your expenses. You have to pay taxes. You have to, you know, keep your employees awake. It's pretty much a copy. And I'm sure there's even more games like this on Roblox. But I really like this one. It was fun. So next up is a game called Minus Elevation, recommended by Monacan6072. And they're right. It's actually a pretty cool game. You go in the elevator. I just went into the vanilla one. They do have different game modes, but you just go over to this vanilla like lobby queue. Every, I think, what, minute or so, it starts a new round. I think it's a little bit over a minute, like a minute and a half. And then they start a new match. Okay, so you get teleported out with anyone that's with you at the time. And the idea here is each level is different. Apparently, you're just going deeper and deeper as well into this elevator. You spawn in this room with monsters, and you just need to go around and activate these like lights or switches to complete the level. All the while, you can like, you know, pick up scraps in there, and then you can like craft traps and stuff, and you just need to avoid the monsters and survive that map. So there are some objectives there. I ended up dying in like the second round. I was doing fine, but I kind of died at some point. So this next game had been recommended a ton over, I think, the span of like maybe a couple months now or so. And a lot of you asked me to play this game called Stereotypical Obby. And shout out to True Skelly Man for being the last person to ask for it. I don't remember who else asked for it, but he's the most recent. That was over a week ago. And Stereotypical Obby is not what you think it is. A lot of you probably already played it or already know about it because it's got a lot of plays. I think it's gotten like, what, 10 million or 30 million plays? I don't know, or visits. But the game is actually quite fun. So it's funny. It's called Stereotypical Obby, but it's the complete opposite of stereotypical. If anything, it is a unique obby where it's gotta get scary, dude. I'm just gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll give you a couple clips here. Things get very dark. Things get very scary. Okay, like even the music gets wacky, and like it's a weird game. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for something different. Like you like obbies, but you're looking for something that's like a scary obby. It's fun. Definitely check it out. And finally, fans of Clash of Clans are going to love Kingdom Conquerors. I guess I played this game like 6 months ago, and I never made a video on it because it just didn't work for my main channel. I think I was going to make a video on my second channel for it. Kingdom Conquerors is basically Clash of Clans on Roblox, and it's pretty well done. I'm pretty sure I played this a while back, and I was like, okay, I'll, maybe make a video on this. And I never did, like I said. So you have if you don't know what Clash of Clans is, it's basically like a super popular mobile game. Most people have played it by now. What you got your base here, you're gonna like do farming, you're gonna like harvest wood, you're gonna harvest wheat, you're gonna set up houses to increase your population. You've got your like town hall here. You set up defenses, you can add like weapons to defend your base, because not only can you attack other people in this game, and you're gonna basically go to their base like this and drop a bunch of units, but you could also be attacked. And typically the being attacked part is opt-in until you're in PvP zone. Then anyone can attack you anytime they want to and steal your stuff. So you want to upgrade stuff, you want to go to the campaign mode. They do have a campaign mode, and you can basically train your soldiers here and send them off during a battle. And so you drop your units and they automatically start going after like houses and weapons. And basically you farm money this way, you can gain resources this way. And this is just the PvE component in the campaign mode. Definitely a fun game, like I said. If you're looking for more of a strategy game to chill and maybe build a little bit, maybe you like being able to customize your base and such, you can do all that with this game. You can literally customize your base. You can upgrade stuff. It's very much like a tower defense style game from top down. And a little bit of like a farming game too. If you think about it, you're farming resources and upgrading stuff. It's just a really fun game. I wish it was a lot more popular. Maybe they need to call it like build a base and attack people. I mean, apparently that's the way to go with naming games these days. But anyway, as I mentioned, you can find all these game links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this series, please do me a solid. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Give support wherever you can. Twitter, Discord, wherever you can. It does help me a lot to continue the series because I know a lot of people like the series, but we need more people supporting this series. So also, if you have developer friends that are launching new games, let them know. Make sure they send in their links. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, happy grinding. Peace.